my 7-year-old watched my last video. She said I talk too much. She said just get to it. Hey friends, I'm finally back. I took kind of a siesta for August and I guess half of September, but we're here. I had a very busy August and yeah, a little bit frantic with vacation, and I got a new job and school starting back, so I'm finally ready to get back into my crafty mojo, get back into things and filming, so I'm so excited. So a little bit of just update or recap of what I'm preparing for, because I am going to be market prepping in this video. In about, I think it's 5 weeks from today, because today's Saturday. In 5 weeks I will be having a booth at the Lexington Barbecue Festival in North Carolina. If you're local, stop by, that would be awesome. But that is a very big festival with a lot of attendance, and I have invested a lot of money in the fee, and I even paid extra to be on the main strip where more people will walk by rather than like an offshoot. So I am getting back into kind of crunch time preparations for that, and I've got a list of plans. Also, if you remember from old videos, I was signed up to do a Comic-Con, like I don't know if Comic-Con's the right word, but like a fan convention, a convention in December. Unfortunately, because I started a new job, I'm not gonna have the PTO that I need to make that happen, because it's a 3-day, I think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I'd have to travel Thursday and then probably take Monday off as well to travel. So it's just, I'm not gonna be able to take 3 days off at this point so soon into my job. So I did have to cancel, but I was able to get back, I think, the vast majority of what I paid to be there. So I did apply for a different, more local Christmas market. I think that's going to be on December 20th. And so I'm going to have this October 25th and December 20th as my two big goals now. Instead of the one and the Comic-Con, it's going to be two local markets. So I am a little disappointed that I wasn't able to do Comic-Con, because I was excited about all the like character and nerdy specific things I was gonna be able to make, because I like that stuff too. But you know, things happen. It's just the way it goes, and we're gonna pivot and it's gonna be awesome. And there are a few things that I had already made that I'm gonna hold back, because hopefully I'll be able to do something in the future. Maybe not a 3-day event, maybe I'll do something smaller. But for right now, we are preparing for the barbecue festival. So we're in high gear. We're getting back into high gear because I've been a little distracted, but we're in it. We're back in. Oh, and I didn't introduce myself yet. If you're new, my name's Amanda and I make crafty content. A lot of times I'm doing these market preps. This year, after the spring, I decided to focus the rest of the year on 2 big events like I was just talking about. And so now that has become 2 local markets. So I've been doing market prep over the course of the last few months. You know, I could have been more productive, but it's okay. We're getting there. So I've been keeping an inventory spreadsheet, and I just realized that now that it's getting into the fall, I can bring back out like my winter hats and seasonal specific items like my little Grinches and things of that nature. So I am going to have some stuff that I need to sort through and add to that. And then I haven't added my scrunchies. But other than that, I'm at about $1,500 right now of items that are completely finished. So, given that there's 5 weeks left, I have kind of made myself a little plan. I like to write things down and make lists and plans. So I have a plan of things to focus on, and then I will allow myself to make random other little bits and bobs. But there are certain items that are pretty small and that I know are good sellers. So those are kind of the two qualifications to get on my top 6 list here. And the reason why I'm focusing on small things is because this first event is a festival. Like I said, it's a barbecue festival, so it's like a food festival. People are coming to check out everything, but if I'm putting myself in the mind of someone at the festival, I'm not going thinking I'm going to make a large purchase necessarily. So my focus is on smaller items that are lower cost. Whereas when I'm doing my December market, it's in kind of a high cost of living area where people hopefully have a lot of disposable income, and it's 5 days before Christmas, so people should be purchasing gifts. So once I pivot from the barbecue festival, I'll have about 2 months to make some other stock for that's at a higher end, and I'll talk about that in a second. Well, actually, let me just show you what I'm thinking. So this is one of the things that I have made in the past. This is a pattern by Raven and Jade, but it's like a little set where you get a bunny, baby animal, and a bassinet, and then I'll make a blanket, and sometimes I make a pillow as well. I'm not sure I'm going to do that this time. I think I'm just going to do the bassinet and a blanket. But my idea was to make a bunch of bassinets and a bunch of different baby animal patterns that would fit inside the bassinets. And then folks you can kind of mix and match the baby animals with the bassinets. So I've got a bunch of different like baby animal patterns. These two I'm about to show you are also Raven and Jade. They just weren't made for that bassinet. Like the Pixie, the baby bunny, that one comes with the bassinet pattern, and I do recommend it. The only thing that's a bummer is this yarn is chenille home, not slim, just chenille home. And last time I checked, Michaels was not carrying that. Like it did not show up even on the app. So I did get some different chunky yarn that I'm going to try to replicate, but we'll have to see how that goes. That might be for a future video. But this is, I think, Bitty Kibbles. No, this is the cat one. And then I made a bunny. I'm not quite done with her. She needs a tail and a little mouth, but she's almost done. So all of these should fit, and so I think what I'm going to do is price these little babies. Price the little babies at like 30, and then 30 or 35, and then the bassinet and blanket set will be kind of a separate purchase. I think I'm going to do 30 on the babies, 20, well, I don't know, because this takes a lot of yarn. I'm going to have to do the calculations, but basically, if you buy a baby and a bassinet, maybe you get $5 off. I don't know. I'm still thinking about that churning in my head, but these are so cute. How cute. Okay, anywho, so that's kind of an idea I have for my Christmas market where people are going to be specifically searching for gifts, so I think that would be really cute. Oh, I'm really fingers crossed because that's kind of a higher dollar item and it takes a lot more time, so we will see. Usually, I think in the past when I've done the baby bunny, I've charged like $75 for the whole set, so I probably need to charge more than 30. Anyway, I will figure that out later. I have been tracking my time and using calculations to pay myself a fair wage. I made my list of 6 items that I know sell well. Well, actually, one of them is a new one for me, so 5 items that I know sell well and one that I think will. This is in no particular order. So we got possums, loaf cats, and loaf dogs. I make the small version of the Annie Caraway art pattern, and I put them in a cardboard box that says, "Please adopt me, adopt a kitten." Those are really popular. And then tiny octos. I sell those for $7, I think. I haven't done a market in a while. And then mystery boxes that I sell for $10. And then the last thing that I know has sold well for me is baby chickens and an egg. So where's one that's stuffed? So that's what I've been working on this week, is these little baby chickens. They don't have a mouth yet, so they still need mouths. And most of them are not stuffed either. I think I've got enough yellow for one more, but I've got I've got 9 of these little guys. So I'm gonna make 1 more of those and time myself to see how much I need to charge. And then I have to make all of them an egg to sit in. And this is a free pattern on Instagram. Hook Crochet Co. Alright, so if you check them out on Instagram, you should find that one. But when I did sell them before, it was at my well, that wasn't the last one I did, but at Easter. And they went really quick. I only sold them for 10, which I think they're gonna need to be more. But I'm gonna time it and see how that goes. This is Elise Veluto. And then I use Premier Basics for the little feetsies, and I'm going to use the same orange for the mouth. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to make 1 more, see how much yarn I have left, and then that'll put me in an even 10. So I think that's good. But I'm going to time it this time. And then I will need to stuff them all and add the little mouse. And then it'll be on to making eggs. So let's see how much we can accomplish. I had to switch to my phone camera for a bit because my camera battery was dying, so I had to charge it. And I completely forgot that I made one of these last night in bed, so I already have 10 apparently. So it's probably not going to be a good even number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I've already got 10. And then this is the yellow that I have left. I think this will make at least 1. This actually might make 2. If that would be great, because then I don't know why it bothers me if it were 11, because it just seems super uneven and random. But 12 would be excellent. It would be great. All right. So I'm gonna work on making another chick. This one I am going to time. I use the app Toggle Track to time myself. It works fine, like it doesn't work great. I don't find it super user friendly as far as like it doesn't add up all the different, even if you're operating under the same project, it doesn't give you a clear total if you're doing it across different days. So projects that I'm working on multiple days, it won't add those up automatically for me. If I only work on one day, it'll tell me the total amount of time I spent. But anyway, that is, not a big problem. But I'm gonna log off here for a second so I can time this, and I'll be right back. So I finished one of the little bodies. When I said maybe I had enough to make 2, way off. I was way off. I didn't even finish this one truly. I'm gonna have to cinch this one up tight because I didn't get to do it like the last couple of decreases, but we got there by the skin of our teeth, so I think it should be fine. It's just, yeah, it's not exactly proper, but this took me like exactly 9 minutes. This kind of looks like Kirby, I think. I think you could make cute Kirby's, like the video game. If you made them in pink, that would look really cute. So I guess now it's time to start stuffing these up and sewing up the bottom. And then I'll do this first one. So I'll do that first. I'll do the stuffing and the mouth. And then I will have a time for how long it takes me to make the chick. And then of course I'll have to make the egg a little bit later. But yeah, I should have a calculation soon. Okay. So I finished this one that I just made, and it took me right at 16 minutes total from start to finish just to make the little chicken. So yeah, this is definitely gonna be more than a $10 item once I add in the egg. If this is just alone by itself, it would be $10 or so, or maybe even $8. I believe I've been doing an $18 an hour rate and then adding in just a little bit for materials and then rounding up to, whatever number I think it should be. So I'll show that in a minute, but I'm gonna get started on finishing out these other 10 chickens. So yeah, got some work to do. good with the camera, but I finished 11, yes, an odd number, 11 of the chicks. So they are done. So now it's time to make the eggshells. I'm planning on using Premier chenille, basic chenille for that. So yeah, I don't think the egg part is as much fun as making the little chickies, but you know, that's what makes it interactive. That's what makes it more of a an appealing toy, I think. So yeah, it's time to get going. We'll see. I'm gonna time the first one, and then at that point I can calculate what I will be charging for these. Okay, so I'm back. I had a really nice evening after I videoed last. It's the next day, Sunday, so I'm very cozy and casual today, which is great for making crochet. And I've made 3 eggs now, so let me show you how it works. So I've got the bottom piece. It'll focus. Oh no. Okay, so I've got the bottom piece and the chick, and then a top. Oops. So yeah, this is kind of what it looks like. This is the size when I made it in the Elise Veluto. You could definitely make it in a smaller or bigger yarn, but number 2, oh, that one's trying to peek out. And number 3, so I've got to make 8 more eggshells, but I am probably not going to get that accomplished today. I personally struggle with making things back to back to back that are kind of boring, if I'm being honest. So like making the chick was not boring because it came together so quickly, and then you get a really cute end result. The eggs are kind of less satisfying, so I'm going to be working on those gradually to complete all my chickens. So I'm going to start working on some other things. I am thinking that I think I gave my list, I think I gave you 5 and I forgot the 6th one. The 6th one is one that I do think will sell well, but I haven't sold it before, so it's not 100%. And those are the little caterpillars. I think it's all from Jade pattern, but I made one in my rainbow themed video, and so I would like to make some more of those. That's just a little bit lower on my priority list because I don't know exactly how they will sell. Oh, but first I need to share with you how long it took me. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot. Okay, so 46 minutes, so about 45 minutes, and that would include both the egg and the shell. So what I can do is I can pull up my calculator on here. I just have a Google sheet. Let me open that, and I will show you guys what that looks like. And I'll do a screen record of that and I'll put it on the screen. Let's see. Okay, so hopefully I can get this to line up with what I'm talking about. But I hate, this tab is kind of a pricing list of different prices that I have set for myself, so don't forget. And then I have this tab that I use as the pricing calculator. So I can put in the hours that it took. Let me see. So that would be 0.75 of an hour, which means my time cost would be 13.5 if we're going off at $18 an hour calculation. And then I always add a little something for supplies, so that I think that would put my cost for a regular market at 14.5. So $15 is what I think they're gonna have to be. So let me go to my pricing list, and then we'll put, let's see, chick and egg. We'll just be very basic about it. And then I usually will put what kind of yarn I used. $15. Okay, so now if I'm wondering about that later, then I'll have a master list of my calculations and I don't lose that. And then I have a tab with all my inventory that I'm keeping. So I will need to make a new row. insert. Okay. Chick and egg. Okay, right now I've got 3 completely accomplished. I don't want to put them in there until they're fully done. So, okay, before we put in the price, let's see what we're at inventory wise. What I have accounted for is $1,510. I think I mentioned this, but I don't have my scrunchies accounted for or seasonal items. So putting $15, wrong spot, brings it to, well, maybe nothing. Hold on. Oh wait, I gotta bring this in. Oh no, it's not calculating right. Oh my gosh, I've forgotten to copy this formula. So I actually have more than I thought. Okay, so I finally got it figured out. I hadn't brought down the formula on a few of them to do the inventory times the price. So my total inventory number was not accurate. So as of right now, it's 1,645. I don't think it's gonna focus on that. I didn't want to do another screen capture. Anyway, you can trust me on that. Usually I do it on my laptop, but my laptop was dead, so it needs to be charged. It's a lot easier to use on an actual computer than your phone, but that's the magic of Sheets, is that it works on there too. So yeah, so that's not too bad. I don't have a specific number goal in mind that I'm shooting for at the moment. Maybe when I get closer, I'll have a better idea of where I want to be at the end before we start the market. But yeah, I definitely have a lot more work to do, a lot of things to crochet. I'm definitely going to do some more sewing because I can't just crochet constantly. Also just because I like sewing, I enjoy sewing, and I would like for that to be a bigger part of my booth moving forward. So I just need to clear off the sewing table. But for now, I do think I'm going to move into making loaf cats and loaf dogs. Those are literally always a consistent seller for me. In particular the cats, because I haven't really done the mini dogs before. What I have moved, I was doing the big cats. What I have moved into doing over time is making only the kittens in the smallest size. And so this time, I think since I started doing that, the creator has come out with more mini dog patterns, puppies. So that is going to be something that I add in. I think that's going to do well too, and I'll just have the box include both, or maybe I'll have 2 boxes depending on how many I end up with. But that's going to be my focus for this week. So I'm going to wrap it up here for this first, crunch time video. But you have lots to look forward to. So if you want to see more of my content, please subscribe. I have lots to do working through these priorities. I will be finishing out the eggs. Obviously, that's not super exciting. But I will be doing some sewing. I'll be doing other tasks that are related to display. So I think I'm going to do a whole video about display. I'm going to be doing a mock display 2 weeks before the event. I'm going to be working on making some nicer pricing signs. So what I've been doing is making them on Canva and printing them out and just taping them. But I did get some lamination paper, so I'm going to try to make them look a little bit more professional. We might paint some safety eyes. We're going to be doing a little bit of everything. Oh, and I'm going to be making like a garland, a fabric garland, to really up the vibe of the booth. So if you want to see more of that, subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like because it helps me out a lot. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!